Hey guys, it's Coop from Garage Room Reviews, and today we are unboxing, assembling, and testing one of the most surprising and now hyped pieces of gym equipment in some years. This is the Rogue Echo Rower. When I say surprising, I was very surprised when this was released, considering that Rogue probably sells more Concept 2 row ergs than anybody else in the world. If you're watching, just know today's gonna be an unboxing and first impressions video. If you would like to see a full review as well as a test we've developed, proprietary, in-house, so we can test if the Echo Rower lives up to the claims that it measures distance, meters, all those sorts of things, the same as a C2 rower. Make sure you subscribe because that is forthcoming. Sam is working on it, so if it doesn't come out, it's Sam's fault. So let's unbox and test the Rogue Echo Rower. Okay, this thing is, as you would expect from Rogue, heavier than a C2 rower. Oh, hey, coming at me with the blade. The C2 rower is by far the best-selling rower of all time. It's the gold standard. I love them. I have multiple of them. Everything that you review that's a rower is always compared to the C2 rower. This, though, they say is now, they put this on their website, the official rower of the CrossFit Games and CrossFit in general. What?
Starting D batteries.
So this is one thing that's kind of interesting. That monitor is actually self-powered and it has a D battery as backup. I will say though, usually they send you the crappiest Chinese batteries of all time. These are Energizer Maxes, baby.
But in 2024, where do you even buy D batteries at, you know?
Any grocery store. Okay, this does have some remarkable features. The most remarkable feature, I think, is the fact that it tracks the same as Concept 2 and the fact that they just released it. I am really surprised. If you notice, C2 is hardly sold on anybody's website anymore. It's only sold pretty much through Concept 2 and Rogue. I assumed they had some sort of negotiation or something. However, maybe they don't anymore. A couple things of note. One is gonna be the overall weight, which you don't want a super heavy rower. I mean, you want it to be heavy enough that it's stable, but one of the things that's nice about Concept 2 is how light it is and easy it is to move around. The other thing, turf tires. Dang, these are heavy. Sweet.
Is that a plastic or a rubber? It's like a foam. It's like an ab mat. Is what it is.
It's a higher density. Foam. Yeah, it's like a higher density ab mat. One of the things with like turf tires that's a little bit annoying, we saw this on the Fringeport Raptor bike, is they deflate unless they're solid walled rubber, which is really expensive. I mean, these are just foam, and this will be really nice for moving around. But you're gonna need these or want these because this thing is heavier. But also, this is probably a little bit more stable because it folds in half, and one way that makes it easy to fold in half is these. So you fold it up and then they like retract a little bit. Rogue is making more things in the US than probably any other equipment manufacturer, probably because of its volume. They just do more than anybody else. The Rogue Echo series though, specifically the Echo Rower and bike, are not made in the US. One reason you buy C2 is just the fact that they have parts for literally everything, and they don't really upcharge on parts. They kind of just sell you how much they cost. So you can get a part for everything. I've had things wear out on mine, say the shock cord underneath, or I actually had a bearing go out on the flywheel on a C2. Super easy to replace. I am curious if Rogue will offer those over time because there will be things, just normal wear and tear parts that wear out on these. These are the quick release foot straps. They're marketing and making this in some way for CrossFit, the CrossFit Games, which they use rowers a lot. And one of the things that's annoying on a C2 are the straps. So this has a similar strap method as a C2. The difference, this is actually a really nice strap. It's thicker, it's wider. Also has that branding right there, which is kind of cool on that pull tab. I'm curious if that'll kind of get pulled or worn off over time. But then the other thing, this is really the coolest thing, that strap. So you can basically get it where you want, tighten it down, you're ready to go. And it takes a lot of force to be able to undo that. That's pretty cool. Here's the butt pad, which this feels and looks very similar to their polyurethane they use on their bench pads. Pretty slick, has give. It's not just a hard rock. There's enough give where I think it's gonna feel comfortable. The handle looks like a carbon copy of C2. Hold on, I'm gonna go see.
Comes back and it's all assembled.
Similar angle, same chain, all that. Similar diameter. I will say, and it may just be from use, this one is more grippy. Not that that may matter a bunch, but they feel very similar in hand. Also, while we're here, the seat feels the same. Same density. I mean, it very similar. Similar cutout too they're doing. Many of the like parts that you love about a C2, just the overall experience of it that you're used to, are gonna be very similar. One reason they have to do that, if you think about it, is there's gonna be a lot of people that already have these in their gyms, say like CrossFit gyms that have like 50 of them. They're not gonna wanna freaking replace all of them. So you're gonna have moments where you're gonna have C2s racing against people that are on Rogue Echo rowers. You need a similar experience so that one isn't on some sort of performance enhancement essentially because their rower is suddenly beating the other one. So it's gotta be pretty similar. This shroud feels like a cheap plastic shroud. The reality is it's not really gonna get hit because when it's in use, it's gonna be fully protected. And then that's where it latches. Oh dude, it's very similar to the foot strap. So you put that around it and then lock that down and it's locked in. There's like no play between them, which matters a lot. You don't want this thing moving around a ton. Check out the shock cord. C2's is clear on this part, pretty similar. There's the shock cord. There's the chain. Chain looks, I mean, the internals on this looks so similar. Here, can you bring that C2 over? Again, we're gonna do a full breakdown on the differences and basically what I think about this versus the C2, but I do think it's helpful to show. Shock cord system, so similar. This one obviously is a little bit forewarned, but still, same adjustment. If you wanna make shock cord lighter or looser, pull this, tighten it, and then the gearing or the connection system, very similar. Not surprising.
In terms of rower builds, this one is, I would say, one of the most customer friendly.
Legs now?
Legs.
Ooh, look at this. Integrated phone holder. Beep. That's pretty sweet. Nice. Just about the only thing a dumbbell bumper's good for. My thought is, who would ever buy Rogue dumbbell bumpers? Like, who would ever think in their right mind to buy Rogue DB15 with like 16 10-pound dumbbells? Wait, Nathan, didn't you do that? If anybody wants them, let us know in the comments. He's been trying to find a buyer for like 3 years. Huh. So a nice like lifestyle feature here, they've got this plastic nub on the back that prevents this from going back any further. So basically it prevents it, whenever you fold this and everything, it prevents it from like slapping backwards and just unnecessarily hitting things. There you go, baby.
We are assembled.
Okay, one thing of note, this is heavier. I will say, in the maneuvering of it, what matters is this weight right here. All right, so basically, I'm just gonna quickly wrap this guy. That's my favorite part.
Sorry.
It's like taking the phone screen off of an iPhone. You can take it, you can do it.
No, it's fine.
Let's do it together.
Okay.
There we go, okay. Okay, it's around 24 pounds. Okay, so this one was 24, 21. Now, there is a whole lot of crap up there, but I don't think that's gonna change the weight down here too much. So honestly, pretty similar. Although this weighs, I think around 20 pounds more total, but what really matters is actually in use. And this is a whole lot easier to move around because of the turf tires.
You want to peel the screen?
Yes,
Screen cover off?
yes. Oh, my favorite part. So nice.
This does not seem to be connected to anything here. We looked inside. Do you think that's just a visual marker for you to see where your chain's pulling at? So you can like kind of set your visual height of where you want to pull at?
Ooh, maybe. Yeah, maybe. I think that's maybe just to help people learn how to row so they're not rowing like too high or anything. Maybe. Okay, let's try the foot catch. Quickly go in and out, and then that's nice. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I also like the thickness of the straps. Just taking up more surface area, feels more comfortable than C2s. All right, so here is the monitor. The monitor matters a lot. One reason is because the C2 monitor is so loved. It looks pretty similar. The difference, a little bit more of a landscape style than portrait, where I guess the C2 rower is actually more like a square. But the actual layout is very similar. So you can select workout. I wonder if they have the fish game on here. My kids love the fish game. Nope, no fish game. Dang, send it back. Honestly, this feels very similar, which is a good thing. It's also backlit really nice, easy to see. Let's try out the phone holder. Shoop. A beautiful family. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Easy to adjust and also quick to grab. A little bit larger the handle than C2s, which actually matters because a lot of times you're changing it not from this side, you're changing it from here, so just being able to quickly adjust. You also see the numbers easily, which is sweet. I mean, the actual rowing experience, if you close your eyes, feels exactly like a C2. Handle shape. The foot straps feel more comfortable to me because they're a little bit thicker, but it's not like that big of a deal. The flexible plastic that's used there feels the exact same. I mean, even like looking at the monitor, the screen actually is a little bit bigger than C2s, so you can see the numbers a little bit better. I mean, dude, it feels so similar, dang. You knew like if Rogue was gonna come out with a rower to compete with C2 and put their name on it, they were gonna do a good job. They probably had this in the bag for so long. Let's just see what the fold up is like. All right, so this, where we can test this. So this would actually be probably here because it's gonna fold this way. So there. Notice the wheels moving? Very easy because of the wheels. Look how little space it takes up because it doesn't have this long arm coming up. Very stable, coming down. Man, I can't tell you how nice these turf tires are. I want this on everything. So smooth, dang, it's nice. Wrap that around. It's on a spring too. Just a nice quality of life feature. Smart engineering. Boop, boop, boop. Ready to go. It definitely looks beefier. It's kind of like the Echo bike. It's definitely a Rogue thing, overbuilt, over-engineered. That's their thing. If you just look at it comparatively, they made this so it would look more substantial. It's a big logo, dang. This looks pretty cool too. Just like that honeycomb. First impressions is this is very well done. Exactly what you'd expect from Rogue. Feels very similar in use, which they that's the goal, so that they can basically compete with C2 side by side. The next video, after we get a bunch of meters on this, is going to be to do a full review, comparing it also to the C2, but I think the biggest thing that needs to be determined is, can they compare side by side on like the meters, on how it's tracking? We got a pretty cool contraption. We're gonna test it on. They say they've used a third-party company, the same company they used for the F rating for barbells to determine the durability on them, SEA Limited. That's the same company they listed on their website that they've used to basically test between them. So you're looking at very similar rowers. One is from a company that is the gold standard, is absolutely incredible, C2. It definitely is the gold standard, but this one is also from another company that has amazing customer service, has been around a long time, and it's like $100 cheaper. They knew what they were doing. So it's like, Subscribe to watch the next video. It's gonna be a good one. Okay, this has been Coop from Garage Gym Reviews. Let me know what you think of the rowers. And let me know any tests before we do the next one in the comments. And we'll basically add it to the docket to compare them. See you next time. Peace.